Bong Joon-ho does not simply direct actors, he directs space. In Parasite, the true auteurist signature is not found in the dialogue, but in the geometry of the frame. The film operates as a vertical schematic of class warfare, where elevation is the only metric that matters. We must consider the banjiha, or semi-basement, not just as a set, but as a psychological prison designed by Bong. It is a purgatory, halfway underground, where sunlight is scarce and the view is limited to the ankles of passers-by. The director emphasizes this suffocation through aspect ratio and depth of field. The camera in the Kim household is often static, cramped, and cluttered, mirroring their social immobility. They are physically compressed by their architecture. Conversely, the park residence is a masterpiece of open lines and glass. Bong collaborated with production designer Lee Ha-jun to build this house specifically for the camera's aspect ratio. It represents the lines that characters must not cross. The thesis here is architectural determinism. The Kims believe they are infiltrating the upper class through wit and deception, but the film's visual language suggests otherwise. They are merely visiting an elevation they can never inhabit. This vertical disparity sets the stage for the narrative conflict. It is not man versus man, it is man versus gravity. The effort required to ascend is immense, while the fall is inevitable and rapid. Notice the transition sequences. When the Kims travel to work, the camera tracks them moving constantly upward. They climb stairs, they walk up inclined streets. Bong uses these kinetic movements to simulate the arduous climb of social mobility. Once inside the park mansion, the visual language shifts. The wide anamorphic lens captures the vastness of the space. Here, characters can be separated within the same frame, isolated by wealth and void space, unlike the overlapping limbs in the semi-basement. The window serves as the primary auteurist motif. In the basement, the window invites urine and street fumigation. In the mansion, the window is a cinema screen displaying a carefully curated nature, devoid of society's ugliness. Bong creates a theater of the unseen within the house. The architecture allows the Kims to hide in plain sight, under tables, around corners. The house itself becomes an accomplice to their deception, its vastness providing the shadows necessary for the parasite to thrive. However, the existence of the secret bunker introduces a vertical axis even the parks are unaware of. This sub-basement represents the subconscious of the capitalist structure, the hidden, ugly foundation upon which the luxury above rests. By placing the original housekeeper's husband in this bunker, Bong argues that there is always a lower floor. The Kims, who thought they were at the bottom, realize that the architecture of poverty is a bottomless pit. The turning point of the film is the rainstorm. This sequence acts as the undeniable proof of the architectural antagonist. Water, like wealth, obeys gravity. It flows from the high ground of the rich to the low ground of the poor. The Kims' descent from the mansion back to their neighborhood is a literal fall. Bong films this as an endless series of downward movements, downstairs, down tunnels, down hills, emphasizing how far they had climbed and how quickly they are reset. When they arrive, the semi-basement is flooded. The toilet spewing sewage is the architecture rejecting them completely. The banjiha is not a shelter, it is a trap. The contrast with the parks, who watch the rain from safety, is devastating. This environmental violence radicalizes the characters. The smell, a sensory detail Bong emphasizes repeatedly, is a result of their architectural designation. It is the smell of a damp semi-basement, a scent that cannot be washed off because it is baked into their dwelling. The subsequent garden party takes place in the bright, horizontal openness of the lawn. This is the arena of the wealthy. The Kims are dragged into this space as props, their resentment bubbling under the surface, fueled by the previous night's vertical trauma. When violence erupts, it is chaotic, but the architectural hierarchy remains. The ghost emerges from the sub-basement to the lawn. The lower depths rise up to consume the surface, collapsing the vertical segregation Bong carefully constructed. In the aftermath, Kai-take retreats. Where does he go? He does not flee the city, he descends. He replaces the ghost in the bunker. The house has captured him. He becomes part of the building's metabolism, a living component of the architecture. This reinforces the film's cynical auteurist conclusion. The structure survives the occupants. The Park family leaves, a new foreign family moves in, but the house and its parasitic underbelly remains unchanged. The system is durable. The people are disposable. Ki-woo's final plan to buy the house is presented as a fantasy. Bong films this sequence with a dreamlike, hazy quality. We see Ki-woo ascending the stairs as the owner, but the visual language suggests this is a delusion, not a flash forward. The sheer economic gap is insurmountable. By ending the film back in the semi-basement, Bong snaps the vertical axis back to reality. The camera pans down, returning to the subterranean level where it began. Ultimately, Parasite uses set design to prove that in a hyper-capitalist society, space is destiny. The Kims did not fail because they lacked skill. They failed because the architecture was designed to keep them down. Bong Joon-ho's mastery lies in making the unseen visible. He took the abstract concept of class disparity and built it out of concrete, glass, and stairs. The true antagonist was never the Park family. It was the house all along.